Hey TCS TV viewers, it's Dave and Evelyn from the camera store.
And we are here today because we heard that the brand new Sony G Master 135mm F1.8 is the sharpest lens ever made, period.
So we're here in Inglewood, Calgary, trying to find some other sharp objects to help me out.
Yes, we're going to find something really sharp so we can shave Dave.
So the Sony 135 G Master lens is the latest in Sony's line of G Master lenses, and they promise to be the best that they can make. The feedback I'm getting from everybody who's had a chance to use this lens, it's an incredibly sharp lens, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But what's a 135mm range good for?
The 135mm is a medium telephoto prime, and this is great if you're photographing weddings, portrait photography, fashion, and with the amazing autofocus technology from Sony, it sounds like it's also going to be able to keep up with some faster action. Now today we're going to focus on portraits while we get some work done to Dave. Feeling pretty smooth there, Dave?
I am feeling fantastic. That is the very first time I've ever had a straight edge razor shave, and it feels amazing.
Yeah, you were kind of pampered there.
Yeah, I'm a little more uncomfortable with the pampering of it. It's not really my style, but the straight edge razor, I might actually pick one up and see how it goes. They offer classes. So.
Yeah, so Kent of Inglewood, they did a great job, and their razors are ultra sharp. And so is this lens. So when I was taking photos of Dave, I could see the fine little details when you zoom in on the shot. You get the little hairs coming off the blade, and it's really impressive for resolving eye detail as well.
So after the shave, we set up and did a few quick portraits of Nathan. He's got a great mustache and a great personality, and he's super helpful. And he posed for us, and he put up with us for a few minutes while he blasted a few shots off. So one of the challenges with a 135mm lens is your shooting distance. Now, how did you find that when you're in the barbershop there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit tight, and I even went outside at one point so that I could get a wider shot. But I think this is why this lens would be particularly good if you're photographing a wedding. You have a little bit more of that reach, but if you're doing a tighter portrait, it is going to be a little bit harder to get everything in the shot.
Yeah, when we were shooting portraits, we had to be very mindful of our shutter speeds because we were shooting handheld, and this is a non-stabilized lens. But the compression of this lens is fantastic.
Yeah, also the edge-to-edge resolution that you get on this lens is what makes it amazing. And this is one of the things about mirrorless photography that we're really seeing the advancements come to life. When it started with mirrorless, of course, it was all about compact portability, and now we're seeing the true ability of what the optical performance can get you.
Yeah. Now, of course, this lens does have 11 aperture blades, which makes for an amazing background blur. The Bokeh is fantastic out of here. You were playing around with it the other night.
Yeah, the Bokeh is really beautiful, and if you're shooting at f4, you get amazing circular specular highlights. Now, if you're shooting wide open at f1.8, you get a little bit more of that cat eye effect, but it's still a really nice look for this lens.
So this lens has a 0.7 meter minimum focusing distance, and that's pretty impressive for a lens of this nature.
Yeah, it's also 0.25 times for close-up photography, and you are able to get some nice close-up shots with this lens.
Now keep in mind, if you're shooting minimum focusing distance, wide open aperture, the depth of field is incredibly tough to work with because it's so shallow. So Sony has packed some really cool tech into this lens, including 4 XD linear motors in 2 different groups. And this allows this lens to focus extremely fast, especially with cameras like the Sony A9 can really take advantage of this technology. We found that it focused extremely well and extremely fast and accurate, even in very low light situations.
Aesthetically, this lens is really beautiful, and it fits into the G Master series really nicely. Now, it's a little bit lighter than the Sigma 135mm lens. It's actually 30% lighter, so you are saving some weight there. Now, there are 2 buttons on it. They're focus hold buttons that you can customize. You just have to customize them to the same thing, but it does allow you to access them easily with your thumb, whether you're in portrait or landscape mode. Another nice feature if you're a video shooter is that it has a declickable aperture ring. The focusing ring also has a linear response so that you can easily do focusing pulls if you're using manual focus.
The thing about this lens is that you are getting Sony's premium optics, premium build quality, and premium performance in autofocus.
Yeah, it's really sharp, it's fast, and it also focuses really well in low light conditions.
Yeah, so this is like the premium 135 lens on the market right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
But there is a price to pay for that.
Yes, it's $25.99 Canadian. And I mean, that is quite a bit more than the Sigma 135mm lens.
Yeah,
but
if you compare the Sigma versus this, you know, you really start splitting hairs on the sharpness when it comes to actually what you can tell by the eye.
Yeah.
This does test marginally higher than the Sigma as far as the MTF charts go, and if you want to geek out about it. But I think where you pay for this one here is the low light autofocus performance, the faster autofocusing, and the overall build quality and optical quality. It is a premium product, and you're paying for that.
yeah, now this is also designed to withstand future improvements in terms of resolution. So does this mean for Sony that they're going to come out with a really high resolution new sensor?
Well, it's kind of nice because right now, today we're shooting on the A7R, which is a high resolution body, but this easily resolves what the sensor is capable of.
Yeah, and we should also mention that this is a magnesium alloy chassis lens, and it's also dust and weather resistant, so it is able to keep up with pros in pretty much any condition.
I hope you enjoyed our review of the extra sharp 135 G Master lens from Sony. I know I enjoyed the extra sharp treatment I got today.
Yes, and an extra special thank to the guys from Kent of Inglewood as well as Knifewear. They took such good care of us, especially Nathan and Bryce. Now, let us know what you think of the 135mm G Master lens by commenting below.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification dial so we can catch you guys again soon. See ya!